In his great lexicon, Keywords, the New Left critic Raymond Williams urged us in 1976 to look for networks of usage, reference, and perspective in language, to consider interrelated words and references in a cluster, and to heed the explicit but as often implicit connections which people are making. As 2017 draws to a close, it is remarkable to reflect on the speed with which Brexit has spawned its own distinctive vocabulary, freighted with menace and denigration of dissent. No one word does the job. They work as a team. In an article in today's Sunday Telegraph, for instance, Theresa May declares that we are proving the doubters wrong and, amid all the noise, will not be derailed from the fundamental task of departure from the European Union. She frames the passage of her own EU withdrawal bill not as a parliamentary process, but as an evangelical battle to defend revealed truth against the heretics and the schismatics. The word doubters recalls the saboteurs whom the Daily Mail urged the Prime Minister to crush in the general election. This she conspicuously failed to do, of course. But her yearning to proceed in a spirit of implacable certainty has evidently survived the loss of her Commons majority. The essence of parliamentary democracy is, or should be, debate, consideration, reflection. But the PM's language instead channels the Vaugarde in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, resistance is useless. Prefaced in her case by, let me be clear. There is nothing new in the compression, manipulation, and violation to which political language is subject. The trick, as Williams warned, is to spot the connections in the network of words. The latest addition to the Brex icon last week was vassal state, the fate that, according to Jacob Rees-Mogg, awaits Britain if we continue to comply with EU regulations during the transition phase. Apparently, we will become no more than a colony of the European Union. Boris Johnson, increasingly seen by younger Tories as a Nokia to the Mogster's iPhone X, plays catch-up, deploying an identical form of words in a Sunday Times article. What, the Foreign Secretary asked, would be the point of mirroring EU laws? We would have gone from a member state to a vassal state. To which one is sorely tempted to respond, what were you expecting, mate? The sound you hear is the oak beams of Brexit groaning and cracking under the weight of its internal contradictions. The true believers want simultaneously to escape the tyranny of Brussels but somehow to retain all the commercial benefits of the single market. Their position is a hopeless confusion of insularity and expansionism. They insist that Britain be free to do as it pleases at home and abroad, miraculously unencumbered by international duties. What they call vassaldom is, in fact, the most probable outcome of their own ill-conceived project, Britain outside the EU, but shadowing much of its regulatory structure in a scramble to maintain access to as much of its trade as possible. Ah, well, Tories used to know all about unintended consequences.